Not only are we inclined to judge the actions and words of others, but many of us judge appearances, clothing, hairstyles, size, the list could go on and on. A classic account of judging by appearance was printed in a national magazine many years ago. It is a true account, one which you may have heard, but which bears repeating. A woman by the name of Mary Bartels had a home directly across the street from the entrance to a hospital clinic. Her family lived on the main floor and rented the upstairs rooms to outpatients at the clinic. One evening, a truly awful-looking old man came to the door asking if there were room for him to stay the night. He was stooped and shriveled, and his face was lopsided from swelling, red and raw. He said he'd been hunting for a room since noon, but with no success. "I guess it's my face," he said. "I know it looks terrible, but my doctor says it could possibly improve after more treatments." He indicated he'd be happy to sleep in the rocking chair on the porch. As she talked with him, Mary realized this little old man had an oversized heart crowded into that tiny body. Although her rooms were filled, she told him to wait in the chair and she'd find him a place to sleep. At bedtime, Mary's husband set up a camp cot for the man. When she checked in the morning, the bed linens were neatly folded and he was out on the porch. He refused breakfast, but just before he left for his bus, he asked if he could return the next time he had a treatment. "I won't put you out a bit," he promised. "I can sleep fine in a chair." Mary assured him he was welcome to come again. In the several years he went for treatments and stayed in Mary's home, the old man, who was a fisherman by trade, always had gifts of seafood or vegetables from the garden. Other times he sent packages in the mail. When Mary received these thoughtful gifts, she often thought of a comment her next-door neighbor made after the disfigured, stooped old man had left Mary's home that first morning. "Did you keep that awful-looking man last night? I turned him away. You can lose customers by putting up such people." Mary knew that maybe they'd lost customers once or twice, but she thought, oh, if only they could have known him, perhaps their illnesses would have been easier to bear. After the man passed away, Mary was visiting with a friend who had a greenhouse. As she looked at her friend's flowers, she noticed a beautiful golden chrysanthemum, but was puzzled that it was growing in a dented old rusty bucket. Her friend explained, "I ran short of pots. And knowing how beautiful this one would be, I thought it wouldn't mind starting in this old pail. It's just for a little while, till I can put it out in the garden." Mary smiled. She imagined just such a scene in heaven. "Here's an especially beautiful one," God might have said, when he came to the soul of the little old man. "He won't mind starting in this small, misshapen body." But that was long ago. And in God's garden, how tall this lovely soul must stand. Appearances can be so deceiving, such a poor measure of a person. Admonished the Savior, "Judge not according to the appearance,